As I am recording this video, I am 50 years old. And when I look at my life now compared to what it was only 13, 14 years ago, it's so unbelievable how far I've come. And when I think about what I used to dream as a little girl of what my life would be like when I was a grown up, it looks nothing like what I thought it would be. It's actually been better. But when I was about 38, I was making the same remembrance of my life. And when I look at my life, it was nothing like what I dreamed about when I was a little girl. I was not married, happily married. I was actually divorced twice. I did not have any kids, and I did not have a killer body. I was always battling with my weight and my body image, and I really hated my body. And I was kind of depressed because of that. So the truth is that when I was about 17, it's when everything started, when my mother told me I was fat. And that was the moment in which somebody made me feel the most important person in my life, the one that is supposed to give me unconditional love, told me that her love was conditional for me to look in certain way, to be skinny and eventually to be married and have kids and so many conditions. So I went into a race of 20 years looking for that love and acceptance from my family, from my mother especially, from the man that I love, that he never loved me back. And I always thought that it was because I was fat. So when I, woke up and now in my 50s, and I think like, wow, this is way better than what I was expecting. So I'm telling you this story because I really want you to know that wherever you are in life, you don't have to stay there. I thought that my life was doomed when I realized that I was going to be 40 and my time was up and I was going to get old. Who's going to want me? Because I define my worthiness in something exterior to me, in my body, my marital status, mostly, and having or not having children. So I felt miserable because at that time, it's too late for me. And now in my 50s is the opposite because I feel completely different. But here's what happened. After my second divorce, I made a decision that it needed to start with me. And that's when I started to work on myself and in changing my life. And read a lot of books, got into therapy and counseling. That helped me a lot. And I'm not going to lie to you, doing a boudoir session really was like the drop that spilled the glass. Because it really was the missing link. When I fell in love with my body and saw that I looked beautiful, I realized that my looks had nothing to do with the husbands that I got. That I was able to realize why I got married to those men. I had nothing to do with being in love. It was because I was looking for love and acceptance from my family. And in really changing my life in that way, my perception of myself in that way affected every aspect of my life. So if you are the type of woman who you find yourself that the results that you have in your life to this point is not what you want. You don't feel beautiful. You don't feel confident. You don't feel good enough. You don't like your relationships. You're not alone. I mean, I struggle with my self-image since I was 24. I was actually looking through my pictures the other day and I found this picture when I was 24, and man, I was such a big girl, and being the biggest girl in my family, my cousins always being compared to everybody, that got me to actually run away from home and separate myself from my family and go into hiding for years. It was until I decided that something had to change that I started to work on myself and found a solution. I basically made a decision that nothing outside of me was going to make me happy and give me my worthiness. I need to find it on myself. I really want for you to have that confidence that you, to know that you are worthy of everything that you want in life. And if what you need is to feel beautiful for whatever reason, because you had a bad marriage, somebody that cheated on you or abused you, told you that you got fat or old or left you, or other people that just told you that you just, you were not attractive. I feel you, because I've had people telling me that in my face. But the reality is, it doesn't matter what people think. It only matters what you think. And you have to make a decision that you are going to define your worthiness and your value on your own. And you're not going to let anyone else define it for you. So if you want to try and do a boudoir session to see yourself, how beautiful you are, what can I say? I mean, I have worked with so many women. I did it myself, and it's really a great experience. But it's something that nobody can tell you anything. You have to see it for yourself. And I really wanted to tell you more about my story, because I want you to understand that I've been there. I have felt like crap before. I have been depressed and put myself down and look in the mirror and not like what I see. But it was me that got me out of it. It was nobody. And those pictures, they were just the catalyst that triggered my self-love and self-respect. And it really spilled into every aspect of my life. It really changed my life, because I was feeling so good about myself that I really wanted to, I stopped worrying about my body and started to focus on the things that really matter. Now I'm very close to my family. I am single by choice, because I realized that is the best version of me. And I had no problem dating. Believe me, I go out and date. And for me, finding, dates and attractive men now, it's unbelievable, because I feel confident. And, but because I don't define my worthiness by being in a relationship anymore. It's a huge change. And if that is something that you feel boudoir photography can help you with, why don't we get on a call? I really invite you to get on a call with me, just to explore your options. I would love to hear your story. I would love to be your coach, and create these images for you that I can assure you they can really change your life in a very dramatic way. But the only way to know if this works for you is if you actually make a decision and reach out. Can't force you to anything. You have to take the first step. So that's it for me today. Thank you for listening. I hope I inspire you today with my own story, and I really hope to connect